As we stand before the ruins of Pompeii, we often think of the stories of survival, the ancient lives frozen in time. But hidden within these ruins is a haunting mystery, a macabre discovery that offers a chilling glimpse into the final moments of the city's inhabitants. These are not just skeletons, but casts of bodies, frozen in terror, their final expressions immortalized in plaster. How did they come to be? What happened in those final, fateful moments? Today, we embark on a journey to uncover the truth behind Pompeii's plaster bodies. Our story begins with a shocking revelation. Deep within the ruins of Pompeii, archaeologists have discovered not bones, but plaster casts of people. These are the last vestiges of lives that ended abruptly, their final moments captured in a medium that seems almost too cruel. Imagine, if you will, a bustling city suddenly engulfed by a cataclysm so swift and violent that it leaves its inhabitants no time to flee. Their bodies, in their final throes, are enveloped in ash and pumice, creating natural molds. Over centuries, these molds harden into plaster, preserving the last gestures of life, the clutch of a child, the reach of a hand, the terror etched on a face. This is the story of Pompeii, a city that once thrived, now a ghostly testament to the wrath of nature. To truly understand this mystery, we must first delve into the history of Pompeii. Founded in the 6th century BC, Pompeii was a thriving Roman city known for its wealth, culture, and architectural marvels. It was a place where the elite came to enjoy the luxuries of life, with grand villas, public baths, and theaters. But beneath the city's beauty lay a dormant giant, Mount Vesuvius, a volcano that had lain quiet for centuries. On August 24, AD 79, that silence was shattered. The ground trembled, and a column of ash and pumice shot into the sky, raining down on the unsuspecting city. The eruption was unlike anything the world had seen. Within hours, Pompeii was buried under a blanket of ash, preserving the city in its final moments. But it wasn't just the buildings that were preserved. The people, too, left their mark. As the ash and pumice settled, they created natural molds around the bodies of the victims. Over time, these molds hardened into plaster, capturing the last moments of life with an eerie precision. The discovery of these plaster bodies has fascinated and horrified archaeologists for decades. But what exactly happened in those final moments? Let's take a closer look at the timeline of the eruption. The first signs of trouble came in the early morning hours. Residents reported a strange tremor, followed by a loud roar as the volcano erupted. Panic spread quickly, and people began to flee the city. But for many, it was too late. The ash and pumice fell like a deadly snow, suffocating those who were caught in its path. As the ash continued to fall, the temperature rose, and the air became thick with smoke and ash. Those who survived the initial blast found themselves in a desperate struggle for survival. The ash and pumice continued to fall, and the temperature rose to unbearable levels. Those who were trapped in their homes or caught in the open were quickly overwhelmed. Some were crushed by falling debris, while others were suffocated by the ash. The plaster bodies we see today are the last remnants of those who were caught in the eruption's final moments. But how did these bodies become plaster casts? The process is both fascinating and macabre. As the ash and pumice settled around the bodies, they created a natural mold. Over time, the ash and pumice hardened into a plaster-like substance, preserving the shape and position of the bodies. This process created a lifelike cast, capturing the final moments of life with an unsettling accuracy. The discovery of these plaster bodies has led to numerous theories and investigations. Some experts believe that the bodies were preserved by the ash, which created a vacuum that sucked the moisture out of the bodies, preventing decay. Others believe that the ash acted as a desiccant, drying out the bodies and preserving them. But perhaps the most intriguing theory is that the bodies were preserved by a combination of factors, including the ash, the heat, and the lack of oxygen. To uncover the truth, we must turn to the experts. Archaeologists and geologists have spent decades studying the plaster bodies, using advanced technology to analyze the casts and the ash. One of the most significant discoveries was made by Dr. Harald Till, a German archaeologist who studied the plaster bodies in the 1980s. Till found that the bodies were not just random victims but were often found in specific positions, suggesting that they were trying to escape the eruption. Till's research has led to a new understanding of the final moments of Pompeii. It seems that many of the victims were not just caught in the eruption but were actively trying to flee. This has led to a re-evaluation of the disaster's impact on the city's population. But the investigation doesn't stop there. Other experts have used advanced imaging technology to study the plaster bodies in greater detail. By using techniques such as CT scans and 3D modeling, researchers have been able to create detailed models of the bodies, revealing new insights into the final moments of life in Pompeii. But perhaps the most haunting aspect of the plaster bodies is the emotion they evoke. These are not just casts of bodies but the last vestiges of real people, caught in a moment of terror and despair. The expressions on their faces, the positions of their bodies, all tell a story of fear and desperation. It's a reminder of the fragility of life and the power of nature. As we conclude our journey into the mystery of Pompeii's plaster bodies, we are left with a profound sense of awe and respect. These casts are not just archaeological artifacts but a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. They remind us of the power of nature and the importance of understanding our place in the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's most fascinating mysteries, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join us on our next journey through time. Together, we can uncover the secrets of the past and learn from the stories of those who came before us.